Good evening, everyone. I'm Riley King, and welcome to this Wednesday evening edition of the Riley King Newscast, right here on RK Network. We have a lot of news to get to this Wednesday evening, so let's get started right now. First up, son arrested in connection with killing of mother in Danville, New Hampshire Attorney General office says. Let's take a listen to that video from WMUR News 9.
CASA trains ordinary people to become court-appointed special advocates.
They are individuals from all walks of life who come and volunteer their time.
And we do begin with breaking news tonight at 7:30. An arrest in the killing of a woman in Danville. The Attorney General's office has just announced the victim's son, 20-year-old James Coe, is charged with second-degree murder. The body of Denise D'Amato Coe was found inside her home last Thursday. Coe was arrested today in Revere, Massachusetts. The Attorney General's office accused him of shooting his mother with a rifle and then trying to hide the weapon. He is being held without bail in Massachusetts and will be brought back to New Hampshire to face the charge.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. New Hampshire Attorney General appeals judge's dismissal of case against known nationalist group. Let's take a listen to that video from WMUR News 9.
The first time you connected your website and your store was also the first time you realized...
Well, we can do anything. Cheesecake cookies?
The Chookie!
Well, the Attorney General's office says the group that hung these banners was in violation of the law, but an attorney representing that group says it was protected speech. Now a judge will make the final decision.
I'm trying to figure out where do you draw the line here?
Judge David Ruoff questioned the New Hampshire Attorney General's office for nearly an hour during an appeals hearing in Rockingham Superior Court on Wednesday.
And it can't be a fickle target when it comes to the First Amendment.
At the center of debate, a series of banners that were hung on an overpass in Portsmouth last year that read, quote, "Keep New England White." They were put up by members of a group known as NSC 131, or the Nationalist Social Club. The AG's office says the group was motivated by race and trespassed on public property.
The display of a sign or advertisement within a certain distance of a federally funded highway, that is a restricted space. That is not a space that is free and open for public advertising.
A judge dismissed the original case in June, saying the state was using a broad interpretation of the law and was stepping on NSC 131's free speech rights, something the group's attorney agrees with and says the dismissal should stand.
I mean, it may be a very offensive message to a lot of people, but it doesn't cross the line into saying, like, do this and have a revolt or kill people or harm people or anything.
It is about prohibiting violations of the Civil Rights Act, which are actual or threatened uses of force, property damage, violence, or trespass.
No timeline right now as to when the judge will make his decision. In the meantime, the Attorney General's office says if the judge were to rule against them, they would consider appealing to the state Supreme Court. Reporting in Brentwood, I'm Tim Callery, WMUR News 9.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. Body discovered off Hampton Beach jetty, New Hampshire State Police say. Let's take a listen to that video from WMUR News 9.
CASA trains ordinary people to become court-appointed special advocates.
They are individuals.
Well, Monica, we still have very limited information at this time, but we did speak with vacationers here at the RV park that said it was a shocking and unsettling morning.
We've been coming here for years.
Hampton Beach is a fan favorite for family vacations.
We come up from New York all the time.
But what these families didn't plan for was waking up to news of a body found at the nearby Hampton Beach jetty. State police says the call came in around 7:30 this morning for a possible body in the Hampton River, saying the man was wearing fishing attire and they believe he possibly was fishing off the jetty.
To come on vacation and the place that's supposed to be for a happy place for people to have something like that is upsetting.
It's unsettling, to say the least, and it's so sad that someone, lost their life.
The Bocas family has a waterfront view from their campsite, but woke up to a view of police cruisers.
So we got up, and then there's police cars.
Right over here, there's 2 cruisers.
Yeah, 2 cruisers.
They say they didn't know what police were doing or why they were there this morning, but said the weather yesterday made them consider cutting their vacation short.
It was horrible. There was a terrible storm here yesterday. The camper was shaking, and the rain was torrential downpours.
The Bocas family says they've never had something like this happen while vacationing at the beach, and now it's something they'll never forget, and they're sending prayers to the man's family.
It's someone's loved one. Yeah. So, our prayers are with the family that lost a loved one.
And again, police releasing limited details at this time, but say they are actively investigating what exactly happened here. They have not said who this man is, how long it's believed he was in the water, or what ultimately caused his death. Live in Hampton, Kelly O'Brien, WMUR News 9.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. New Hampshire woman, her daughter, safely released after being kidnapped in Haiti. Let's take a listen to that video from WMUR News 9.
CASA trains ordinary people to become court-appointed special advocates.
They're individuals from...
We welcome the reports of their release. We have no greater priority, of course, than the safety and security of U.S. citizens overseas. We express our deepest appreciation to our Haitian and U.S. interagency partners for their assistance in facilitating for their safe release.
The U.S. State Department answering some questions from reporters after 2 Americans who were held hostage in Haiti for the past 2 weeks were safely released.
Was the State Department involved in the release of those Americans from Haiti? Was there anything given, like sanctions relief in exchange for their release?
Sanctions relief to kidnappers? No.
To Haiti, the government?
No.
Humanitarian group Elroy Haiti says Alex Dorsonville had been working in Haiti with them as a nurse when she and her young daughter were kidnapped at the end of last month. Elroy announced the news of their release today in a blog post, writing with, quote, a heart of gratitude, as members of the community and patients of Dorsonville's tell the Associated Press in Creole, thank God and glory they've been released. We don't want them to leave the country. What will happen if the people decide to leave the country? Then we will die. We will be finished. And Dorsonville is originally from Middleton and graduated from Regis College. In a statement, the college president said, quote, the Regis community is relieved to hear the news of the safe release of Alex and her daughter. We send our prayers and continued support to her family and friends as they begin the healing process from this experience. Live in the studio, I'm Hannah Cotter, WMUR News 9.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. Primarily, statistics show 52% increase in New Hampshire homelessness since last year. Let's take a listen to that video from WMUR News 9.
Granite State Solar is more than just a solar company. We're your neighbors, helping you make the energy choice that's right.
One night a year, the state of New Hampshire surveys and counts the homeless population. What did the numbers say? From 2022 to 23, the homeless population increased by 52%.
That's a dramatic increase for us.
Here are the preliminary numbers in the point-in-time count. From 2022 to 2023, the number of total homeless people went from just over 1,600 to over 2,400. Just over 2,100 are sheltered, and over 300 were unsheltered.
We have an extreme housing situation in New Hampshire right now. We're under 1% vacancy rate.
Congresswoman Annie Custer met with the Concord Coalition to End Homelessness Service today to talk about a grant to bring $850,000 to the region to provide more resources to those who don't have housing.
It's extremely difficult for people, particularly if you're on the low end of the economic scale.
However, Bureau Chief of the Bureau of Homeless Services, Melissa Hatfield, isn't too worried about the increase because she says there are more resources to count and to get people help.
So we actually think that the numbers will stabilize closer to where they were previously with this coming year.
Many of those who utilized the resources found permanent housing, but even with the numbers becoming more stable, experts do see smaller increases in the future.
Of the vacancy rates being so low and the median rent going up this year, but we do not expect it to stay as high as it was this past year.
Congresswoman Custer says there needs to be 90,000 new housing units here in the state to make houses and apartments more affordable. We're here in Manchester. Troy Lynch, WMUR News 9.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. Utah man fatally shot as FBI agents attempted to arrest him. Let's take a listen to that video from ABC News.
Jake from State Farm?
Yeah, what's up?
What if I need additional coverage on...
The FBI says a Utah man was fatally shot as agents tried to arrest him in connection with threats against President Biden and other Democrats. The criminal complaint listing his alleged violent social media posts and online suggestions that he planned to take action. The FBI moving to arrest him just hours before the president arrives in Utah. Here's ABC's Mola Langhi.
Tonight, just hours before President Biden's arrival in Utah, the FBI says a Provo man was fatally shot as agents tried to arrest him for threatening to assassinate the president. Authorities say 75-year-old Craig Robertson made credible threats, posting to social media just 3 days ago. "I hear Biden is coming to Utah, digging out my old ghillie suit and cleaning the dust off the M24 sniper rifle. Welcome, buffoon-in-chief." A federal complaint revealing dozens of Robertson's posts, including pictures of an arsenal of weapons, images of Robertson dressed in camouflage clothing, armed with a long-range rifle, and multiple references to killing the president. The FBI says its investigation also uncovered threats against law enforcement and other public officials, including Vice President Kamala Harris, Attorney General Merrick Garland, and California Governor Gavin Newsom. After a months-long investigation, the FBI moving in early this morning.
The tipping point to me was President Biden was coming, he was going to be in close proximity, and this individual looked like he was on a planning path to carry out the attack.
An official tells ABC News the FBI's investigation into Robertson began back in April. The Secret Service was notified in June, and that Robertson was making plans to take physical action. And the president was briefed about the deadly incident earlier today, Whit.
All right, Mola, thank you.
Hi, everyone. George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for...
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. And let's go into your sports report right now. The New Hampshire Fisher Cats, they had a game earlier today, and the final score of the New Hampshire Fisher Cats game, New Hampshire Fisher Cats 5 and Reading Fighting Phillies 3. The New Hampshire Fisher Cats won the game yet today. Congratulations, New Hampshire Fisher Cats. And tomorrow, it is a promo night tomorrow. It is First Responders Night for the New Hampshire Fisher Cats tomorrow, if anyone wants to get tickets for tomorrow night's game. And the Red Sox, they are currently playing a game right now. They're in the top of the ninth, and the score is Boston Red Sox 4 and Royals 2. The Red Sox are leading the game right now. Let's go Boston Red Sox. Hopefully they can win tonight's game. And that is a look at your sports report for this evening. And that is it for this evening edition of the Riley King Newscast right here on RK Network. Thank you for tuning in and watching. Have a great night, everyone, and goodbye.